So this is often referred to as like filling your cup. So you can think if you have a cup and it's your energy level or your like effectiveness, and you go to work, you care for others, so your cup drops a little bit. You go to see another client, your cup drops a little bit more. You empty it out a little bit. You go to see someone else, you empty it out a little bit more, but there's still some left in your cup. You're finished with work for the day, you go home, you maybe do a lot of things around the house. You don't really take time to care for yourself. You maybe sit and watch and binge watch a few shows in the evening, but you're not really checking in with how you're feeling. So your cup empties a little bit more, but there's still a few drops left in it. So tomorrow, well, you stay up a little bit late, you wake up really early, you push, and you get out the door, you go to work, and you give a little bit more from that cup. And then the next hour, you give a little bit more. And you have a couple drops left. And then you give those drops away in your next session. But you still have 3 more sessions that day. And so you're starting to give from this cup that there's nothing there, and you're scraping from it, and you're pulling from it, and you're trying to give something or anything. And what you're offering is not quite what they need. They need something from that cup, but there's nothing left. And so you start to feel depleted and drained and frustrated and exhausted because what you're doing just isn't what they need. And then you go home and you continue this, and there's nothing filling that cup back up. And so self-care is filling that cup. Self-care gives you time to check in, see what you need, and to fill that cup back up so that each day you can start with a cup that's a little bit more full and have something to give. It also helps to decrease our mental exhaustion. So a lot of mental exhaustion comes from our brain constantly bouncing back from task to task to task and being stuck ruminating and thinking about what could happen, what did happen, and kind of spiraling into negative thoughts. So these are where our mental exhaustion comes from, when we just feel like we are so drained from thinking all day. When we focus, we are not replaying the situations as much in our head. We are looking forward, but more with a plan of action and not with overwhelm. And we're not bouncing back from different tasks. So when we go and try and multitask on things, we are actually task switching. So we're not doing 2 things or 3 things at once. We're bouncing back from 3 things back and forth, or multiple things back and forth. And what this does is it keeps firing up different parts of our brain. So it's like constantly doing jumping jacks in your head all day long. It's not sustainable. Those are only meant to be for a short amount of time. But if we were to take one thing and focus on it for a set amount of time or until it's finished, then we're only focusing on that one type of task. And when we are finished with that, we can move on to the next with less mental exhaustion and exertion. And again, that helps us to keep that efficiency going and to feel like we are doing a better job, even when we're doing the same work we were doing before. It's just more effective. So the way that movement works is that it helps you to physically step away from the stressful moment. It helps you to step away from your anxiety and away from your anxious and stressful thoughts. Yes, your thoughts are in your mind. They will come with you. But when you remove yourself from either the place that stress is coming from or from the place that you are focusing on it currently, it can help you to clear your head. It can help you to take a break from those thoughts. And as you take a break, it's like breaking that cycle of stress. It allows the positive and the creative and space to come back into your thought patterns. So meditation works by helping rewire the brain to handle and manage stress better specifically. And here's how it does it. Studies have shown with people that meditate regularly that it actually increases the gray matter thickness of your brain. So it improves your brain.